Megan, if you've got something you want to say to me, get over here and say it to my face. I know you've been telling all kinds of lies about me behind my back, and it's obnoxious. You're a grown woman. Now act like it. Huh? Whatever are you talking about? Talk about you behind your back? Me? Perish the thought. A good little girl like me would never dream of bad-mouthing her wonderful sister-in-law. You're not fooling anyone, Megan, so don't bother trying to lie to me. I heard you myself. I know exactly what you've been saying about me. You've been begging my parents to kick me out of the house. It would be nice if you could at least admit that. Oh, crap! You heard that? Man, I thought you were in the shower when I was talking to them about that. Well, I wasn't. Now, while I did hear you begging them to kick me out, what I didn't hear was the why. So, Megan, why do you want me out of the house? Does it bother you to live in the same house as me for some reason? No, that's not true. It doesn't bother me at all. All I did was make a little proposal to your parents. Attempting to get me kicked out of my own house isn't a little proposal. This is my house. I was born here. I have every right to be here. On the other hand, you and my brother moved in on a moment's notice after you got married. So on top of inviting yourselves in, you're also trying to now have the place all to yourself? Pretty presumptuous of you, don't you think? Come on, Megan, let's hear it. What's your problem with me? Good grief, you're persistent. I was trying to keep from hurting your feelings, but if you really want me to lay it all out for you, here it goes. I hate living with you. It is a massive annoyance to have my sister-in-law living in the same house as us. All I did was tell your parents how I felt and suggested they kick you out. And I was well within my rights to do so. See? Doesn't it feel better to get that off your chest? And no, it doesn't just bother me to live in the same house as you. It disgusts me. You disgust me. I've had all I can take. I can't handle it anymore. You should be grateful I've bit my tongue for this long. Oh, I disgust you, do I? With every fiber of my being, you weird old spinster. You're 38, Sandra. You're almost 40. Being single and unemployed and still living at home? At your age? How could I not be disgusted by that? And you constantly mooch off your parents, using their money to go on vacations by yourself every chance you get. I don't even want to associate with someone like you, much less live with you. First off, so what if I'm single? That's none of your concern. It's my freedom to choose the whens, whos, and ifs of getting married for myself. Second, I'm not unemployed. I did quit my old job, but I only did so because I'd already gotten a confirmed job offer from my next company. The only reason I'm not working right now is that for various reasons, I won't be starting at that company for another few months. And about my vacations. I just got done doing a very busy job, and I'm about to start another one, so I'm using the time in between to enjoy myself a little. What's wrong with that? Did you actually think I was gonna believe that ridiculous story? You quit your job because you sucked at it and everyone hated you. You don't have another job lined up, you're just making that up. Like, seriously, you're almost 40, way over the hill, and single. What company in their right mind would want something like you working there? You're so pathetic. I almost feel sorry for you. Most ugly, old, unmarriageable women at least make themselves useful in the workplace. But you're no good in the office or in the home. You're 40 and your life has already hit a wall. That's a bunch of nonsense. Not one single word of that is true, Megan. I was not fired. I received a better offer from a company and decided to take it. Oh yeah? Where did you get hired, Sandra? At the unicorn and leprechaun factory? Man, I used to work with someone exactly like you at my old company. Is that so? Yep, you're becoming more and more like her every day. She was a 40-year-old single spinster like you. She had been with the company forever, and she always lorded that over everyone and bossed them around. But she was super incompetent. I finally got sick of it and went over her head, telling her superiors what a pathetic, useless employee she was. I may have embellished the story a bit, adding a few mistakes here and there that may not have been 100% truthful.
You lied about her?
I didn't lie. I embellished. Those are two different things. And it worked. She got fired. Apparently, she had a hard time getting a new job after that, so she ended up working part-time at a convenience store.
You ruined her life with lies, and you're laughing about it?
And all because you just didn't like her for childish reasons? I couldn't help it. It's like a gag reflex. Some people just make me sick. Especially gross, old, single women. Those types really get my blood boiling. They completely abandon every last shred of their femininity and just resign themselves to being single forever.
And that's why you want to kick me out of the house, is it? Because I remind you of the poor woman whose life you destroyed? Is that really what this is all about?
You're actually worse than her, though, since you don't even have a job. Every time I look at you, it reminds me of what a total slob you are, and I hate it. A woman your age having no choice but to mooch off your parents because you failed in life? Yuck. Oh my god, like that time a few weeks ago when you whined and whined and whined until your parents took you along on their trip to the lake house. I felt like I was going to puke watching you walk out the door with your suitcase.
I paid for my own share of the trip, so I really don't see what your problem could be with that. Actually, I paid for most of the expenses too. I was the one that suggested the trip. It was intended to be a present from me.
How long are you gonna keep telling those stupid lies, Sandra? No one believes you. Hurry up and get out of the house, you ugly, unemployed spinster. Don't worry, your brother and I will take great care of this house and your parents. We don't need you around.
Well, I'm getting married too, so I'll be out of your hair before too much longer.
Okay, that might be one of your most hilarious lies yet. You are really committed to the bit, aren't you? What is with older women and their massively overinflated egos? You're so afraid to admit the truth.
And you are afraid to admit that you're wrong about me, so you just instantly assume everything I say is a lie. Whatever, have it your way. I'm packing my things up and leaving ASAP. Hey Travis, just letting you know, your wife kicked me out of the house, so I'm leaving. Take good care of Mom and Dad for me, okay?
What? What are you talking about, Sandra? You're moving out? You've never mentioned anything about this before.
Yeah, well, it seems like your wife really hates me. No matter how many times I try to explain how she's wrong, she keeps calling me an ugly, unemployed spinster. Apparently, I remind her of some woman she used to work with that she couldn't stand. Not sure what that's all about, though. That's only the beginning of the long list of horrible things she said to me, and I don't want to deal with it anymore, so I'm leaving.
Sandra, I am so sorry about all of that, but please, could you find it in your heart to forgive her? It's not really her fault at all.
How so?
Megan had this absolutely terrible woman for a superior at the company she used to work for. It seems like every day she was finding newer, crueler ways to torment Megan. It was all Megan could do to muster up the courage to show up at the office every morning. And if she says you look just like her, then I can kinda understand why it would be difficult for her to be around you. That awful woman caused Megan an unbelievable amount of trauma. So please don't hold it against Megan, she's a victim.
Is that what Megan told you, Travis? That she was being bullied by her superior at the company?
Yeah, she used to talk to me about that all the time back when we were dating. The way she showed such resilience and resolve in the face of incredible hardship. I admired the strength of her character so much that it made me want to marry her. I wanted to be there for her, to stand by her when times got tough. So, one night when she was telling me yet another story of that awful woman's bullying, I said to her, "You don't ever have to go to that company ever again, Megan. I'm gonna work twice as hard for the rest of my life so you can stay at home and be a wife and mother." And then I took out the ring I had been saving and popped the question.
Wow, so that's how it happened?
But then, after we got married, Megan started saying that she felt lonely being all by herself in the house all day. That's when I got the idea to move in with our parents. The only problem was the fact that you were still living here. Now I know why she's been acting strangely lately. It's because seeing you was bringing back her trauma. Again, I'm really sorry for the way she treated you, but maybe it would be for the best if you moved out.
Travis, let me start off by saying that the way you stick up for your wife is one of your most admirable qualities. However, that exceptionally admirable quality is causing a big problem in the current situation. Megan is using you. I think it's time you stepped back and saw your wife for what she really is.
What? What are you trying to say, Sandra? I know exactly what Megan is. She's a sweet, soft-spoken, gentle woman. There are hardly any women like her around my age these days.
Again, Travis, I'm sure that's what you sincerely believe, but it's clear that I've done all I can do at this point, so I'll be taking my leave. Just promise me that you won't let her cause any trouble for Mom and Dad, okay?
Seriously, what's gotten into you all of a sudden, Sandra? Of course we're not going to cause any trouble for Mom and Dad. They're thrilled to have the two of us here. And one of these days we're going to have grandchildren for them, and then they'll be even happier. Look, you're my sister, but I have to stand with my wife here. I'm sorry living together didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. Don't worry, I'll take good care of Mom and Dad for you.
Hey there, Granny. So how's your job search going? Did you finally land that super sweet job you dreamed about? By the way, you have a bunch of stuff left behind here, and I want to get rid of it as soon as possible. Where should I send it? Or can I just throw it away?
Sorry about that. I've been too busy with stuff over here to swing by and pick up those boxes. I might actually be the best idea to have you send them to me. I'll give you my address, so go ahead and send them COD.
Gladly. These stupid boxes are taking up so much space. So tell me, what subsidized apartment should I send this junk to? Oh, I know. You're the new occupant of the cardboard box down the alley off Main Street, right?
Huh?
You poor thing. I don't want to have to imagine what sort of dump an unemployed spinster like you must be living in. Like, do you even have a bathroom? Or a door? I'll bet your neighbors are all drug dealers, too.
There you go, fantasizing about my life again. I'll give you the address in a second. I'm living in the new condo building that just got finished over on Center Avenue. I'd rather you don't know what my room number is, so just put my name on it and send it to the management office.
What? You mean that super sweet looking place with a rooftop pool? Why would I send it there? There's no way you could afford a room there.
Actually, there is a way, because I just moved in here with my husband. The rooms here are incredible. They look just like they did in the commercials. I'm gonna love life here.
Your husband? You got married?
I told you the day I left the house, don't you remember? I said I was planning on leaving in the near future anyway.
But that was just you making up some more nonsense. Travis has never talked about you having a fiancé, boyfriend, or anything. You have to be making up that stuff about getting married.
What's with this sudden interest in my love life, Megan? I thought you were disgusted by single, unemployed 40-year-olds. Anyways, I'm under no compulsion to divulge the details of my private life to anyone, family or otherwise. I've been dating him for 3 years now. I've just told my family about him.
You kept him a secret for that long?
It's not so much that I was keeping him a secret, it's just that, well, no one ever asked if I had a boyfriend, so... But yeah, we're both pretty far along in our careers, so we've got a really solid amount of savings put together. A condo in a place like this is actually slightly on the cheap side for people like us.
What do you mean, we? You're unemployed. I've seen the way you just lay around in the house all day. Even if you're really getting married, and that's a big if, you must be living completely off his money.
It's not my fault that you never listened to me all the million times I told you that I do have a job. If you would have listened, you would have known that I simply quit my old job in preparation to take the new one. And now I get to spend the next 6 months until I start that job relaxing in my sweet new condo. In regards to our finances, I was already making a decent salary at my old company. Once I officially start my new job, I'll be making over $100,000 a year.
What? 100,000 a year? That's insane!
If you think that's a lot of money, you should see what my husband makes. Compared to him, my salary is like a drop in the bucket of our net worth. He's on the board of directors for his company, which is one of the biggest firms in the area. Plus, he's one of the primary candidates for the next CEO.
I don't believe this! You're making 100,000 a year by yourself? And your husband is making even more? But why would you get your hands on such an eligible bachelor? You're just some ugly old spinster. You don't deserve a guy like that. You should marry someone, I don't know, less awesome than that.
I'm terribly sorry for breaking the rules of who I'm allowed to marry. But for the record, we actually met through work. His company is in the construction industry, and several years back, my company started dealing with them. We interacted quite often, on a professional level, and eventually we started seeing each other outside of work. There was a surprising amount we had in common. We hit it off right away, and one thing led to another, and, well, now we're married.
Wait a second! Did you say your husband's company is in the construction industry?
That's right. Have you ever heard of the company Verdant Lumber? They started out exclusively in the construction industry, but they've branched out into furniture and other similar things lately.
But that's Travis's company!
Whoa, really?
He got a new job right before we got married. He said that if he was gonna have me at home, he wanted to have a better job with a higher income potential. That's when he applied to Verdant Lumber. Well, I guess it's more accurate to say it's a child company of Verdant Lumber.
My oh my. It's a small world, isn't it? To think my brother is working for the same company as my husband. Well, it's a pretty big company, so they probably won't ever interact with each other very much. Anyway, I have to get back to setting up stuff over here. Let me know when you ship those boxes over, will you?
Sandra, are you there? I just heard from Megan that your husband works for Verdant Lumber. Is that true? Tell me his name, please.
His name is Alexander Martinson, but I'm not sure you'd recognize the name. You're all part of the same group, but there are well over 1,000 employees working in the main corporate office like him.
I can't believe it. To think Alexander is your boyfriend. Well, I guess he's your husband now.
Oh, you do know him then?
Know him? I just talked to him 5 seconds ago. He's my immediate superior. I report directly to your husband, Sandra.
Wow.
Yeah, they just started up the furniture division at corporate headquarters. A team was launched last week to work on setting up the company's first direct sale furniture store. I'm on that team, and, well, your husband is the team's leader.
Man, that is one crazy coincidence.
Alexander is one of the best people I've ever worked with. We shoot the breeze pretty often while on our breaks, and lately he's been talking about getting married and moving into a new condo. And I thought, that sounds awfully similar to what you've been doing lately.
So that's why you texted me just now, to check if your hunch was right?
Sandra, why didn't you tell me you were getting married? You never told any of us. How could you keep something like that a secret from Mom, Dad, and me?
Well, I mean, I'm already almost 40. I didn't think you'd be interested. Who wants to hear about some old maid's love life anyway? I thought it would just make you guys uncomfortable to hear about it. So, yeah, we kinda eloped the other day.
Sandra!
Just so you know, I did actually tell Mom and Dad about getting married. They've been really good to me and leaving me alone to determine my own path. I don't think they ever once expressed anything like, "Aren't you ever gonna get married?" or that sort of thing. They're really great parents.
But man, it's still crazy to think my boss is your husband.
Yeah, I do feel kind of bad about dropping the bomb on you, but in my defense, I didn't actually know either. So, yeah, that's what's going on in my life right now. It was actually pretty good timing for your wife to kick me out. I'm now enjoying the newlywed life with my husband in our brand new condo.
Good afternoon, Sandra. Hey, how would you like to stop by and have a cup of tea one of these days? I would love to hear all the juicy details of how you and your husband's life is going.
Huh? Oh, what's with the sudden change of heart, Megan? Did you just say I disgust you with every fiber of your being? Those were your words, by the way.
What? Can I say I just hate unemployed, unmarried old women? Now you're married, and I realize I was under the wrong impression with your work situation. So I don't have any reason to hate you anymore. Oh, and could you send me some pictures of your condo? I'd love to see what the view is like from your floor. Maybe you could even invite us over for dinner sometime.
Well, this is a side of you I've never seen before.
Yeah, I know, right? This is how I act around people who aren't unemployed, unmarried old women. I'm so glad everything got cleared up between us. What was I thinking, calling you unemployed and all that stuff? I was such a dummy. Your parents told me that you really did pay for the vacation you took. That was so kind of you.
Oh, that trip to the lake house?
I was thinking, maybe next time you could take us along too. Your mom said the house was absolutely gorgeous. It's basically 15 steps from the back door of the house to the beach. I've always dreamed of spending time in a house like that.
This is pretty hard for me to take in. Up until about last week, you were calling me an ugly old spinster.
I've got it! We can go on vacation together to commemorate us repairing our relationship. You can afford to book the lake house for a week or two, can't you? I'm a housewife though, so I'm afraid I won't be able to pay anything.
Wow.
I know. We can go bikini shopping together. Well, bikini shopping for me, and one-piece shopping for you, I guess. But before all of that, how about that cup of tea? When can I come over and see your new condo? I'm good coming over anytime you're available.
You are never allowed in this condo. Never. I'm telling the building manager to call the police immediately if you try to come in.
What? Why am I not allowed to come over? And you're gonna call the police on me? What have I done to deserve that?
Honestly, I think she'd call the police on you even without me telling her to. I don't blame her either. After all you did to her, you know how you made up a bunch of lies in order to get her fired? I had only heard your side of that story, but once I heard hers, holy smokes, you are evil, Megan.
What?
It really is a small world, Megan. This condo building's manager and owner is none other than the woman you forced out of your old company. She worked so hard for that company for so many years, then one day, some young thing with an attitude comes along and starts being awful to her. But did you get punished for your behavior? No. She did. That poor woman.
No! That cannot be true! That old hag is the owner of the newest and most exclusive condominium building in the city?
I told you, she was a very hard worker. She saved up and invested very well for herself. She's always talking to the girls that come around about how important investing is for single women. She's been dreaming of owning her own building like this since she was young. And when you came along, she finally found the perfect opportunity to make it a reality. She had enough saved up to make her down payment, so she decided she'd had enough of you and your harassment and quit her job.
I thought she was fired!
She didn't want to give you the satisfaction. So once she heard you had gone over her head with your lies, she quit. Seriously, how could you be so awful to such a kind woman? She's been fantastic to me and my husband. Just the other day, she invited me over to her room for some afternoon tea. When we get to talking about her history, that's when I realized that she was the woman you told me about.
This is way beyond the level of mere coincidence. I still can't believe it. That old hag owns the best condo in the city? But I heard she was working part-time at a convenience store.
Oh, that's true actually. Being a condo manager isn't a 24/7 job. So she decided to pick up a part-time job to do in her free time.
She works out of boredom?
Yep. Anyway, I wouldn't recommend trying to come to the building. The best case scenario is that you simply waste a trip. The worst case scenario, you take a trip in a police car.
I'd like to avoid that if possible.
In that case, allow me to make 2 recommendations to you. 1, never show your face around my condo building. And 2, never contact me again. Goodbye. After that, I kept taking my regular trips to the lake house with my parents. But I make a point to never invite Megan. I asked my parents about what life is like at their house since I've been gone.
The good news is that Megan still puts on her sweet and innocent act in front of them, so they aren't having any issues with her. They say that as long as she doesn't start acting up like she did towards me, then they won't have any problems with her living there. That's reassuring to hear. As for me, Megan occasionally sends me an over-complimentary text to try and find some way to work herself back into my life. But I've yet to respond to a single one. I still feel bad for my brother Travis though. He's still under the impression that his wife is some sweet little angel. I genuinely do admire and respect the devotion he has to his wife. I guess all I can do is hope that she keeps up the act around him too, for the rest of her life.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Kevin, where are you right now? You said you had something important to tell me today. I've been waiting at home for you. It's been 2 hours. Are you coming home or not?
Sorry, I'm just too scared to talk face to face. Can we just continue this conversation over text?
You came all the way back from your work assignment just to avoid seeing me in person? Must be pretty serious then. Now I'm getting scared to hear it.
I know I'm being a coward, but I can't face you right now. Okay, I'm going to gather my courage and tell you. Please, I want you to divorce me.
Huh? Come again? Is this some kind of joke? Because it's not funny.
Please hear me out first. Truth is, I've been having an affair. It's with my junior colleague at my current workplace. We've been together for a year now, and she's pregnant.
You've got to be kidding. This is your 3rd year working away from home. I thought it was weird that you stopped coming home on your days off this year. So this is why? You were busy with another woman? Were you planning this all along? Is that why you took that assignment to cheat on me?
No, it wasn't planned. It just happened. I'm really sorry about the affair, but I need to take responsibility as a man. She's pregnant, so please divorce me. I've already left the divorce papers at home.
Obviously, I'm not going to divorce you.
Huh?
Was that all you needed to tell me? Nothing else?
Well, that's everything, but wait, you won't divorce me?
Nope. So I'll just throw away those divorce papers. Now that we're done talking, I think I'll go make dinner. I was so busy today, I couldn't even eat lunch.
You're thinking about food at a time like this?
Of course I'm going to eat. Is there something wrong with that? Oh, since you're back in town, would you like to join me? I can make enough for 2.
No. Wait. How can you be so calm about this? You just got told by your husband that he wants a divorce. And I confessed to having an affair. Are you in shock? Is that why you're acting like this?
No, I just don't want to get divorced.
What?
That's all there is to it.
Just because you don't want to? That's it? I betrayed you while working away from home, and she's pregnant. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's going to be a baby.
The pregnancy is between you and her, so whether you want to legally acknowledge the child is your problem. When it comes to child support, make sure you pay it from your own pocket. I won't be involved at all.
That's not the point. It's not about legal acknowledgement. I need to properly be a father to this child. That's why I need you to divorce me.
But I have no intention of divorcing you, Kevin.
Why won't you divorce me? This is the kind of situation where people usually get divorced. Do you really want to stay married to a husband who betrayed his wife?
To be honest, I don't want to stay married. Even though I seem calm, I'm actually pretty shocked by all this. I honestly don't know how to feel.
Oh, really? Then why are you being so difficult about this?
But getting divorced over something like this would be frustrating as hell. That's why I am desperately trying to appear calm. Inside, I'm absolutely furious, and that's exactly why I absolutely won't divorce you. I'm going to interfere with your happiness until the very end.
What did you say? Are you serious right now?
If I divorce you like you asked, you and your affair partner would happily get married, right? Then the baby would be born and you'd make this perfect little family like nothing ever happened. That pisses me off. I'm not going to make things easy for you and your little mistress.
You're angry, so you're gonna mess with us for that reason?
Am I saying anything strange? I think wanting payback against someone who hurt you is pretty normal.
Can't do this. You're being completely unreasonable. Don't give me that crap. I'm definitely going to marry her. I'll be there as the baby's father. So hurry up and sign the divorce papers.
No way. If you really want a divorce that badly, try taking me to court.
Court? We don't even make things such a big deal.
It'll take time, but if you go to court, you might eventually be able to divorce me. Oh, but wait. I don't think you can file for divorce when you're the one at fault. In that case, you'd just be wasting money on court fees.
Is that true? Can't be serious.
Basically, as long as I keep refusing, divorce is pretty much impossible for life.
No way. So I can't be a father to this baby? I can't have a family with her?
Well, I guess that's all we need to talk about. If you're not coming home, I'll just make dinner for myself.
Wait, we're not done talking.
I am. Enjoy explaining to your girlfriend why you can't marry her.
Sarah, don't you dare ignore me.
I'm turning off my phone now. I need to focus on cooking. Night-night, honey. This is completely ridiculous. Why won't you divorce Kevin? There is a baby involved here. Read the room. Oh, you must be Kevin's affair partner, the junior from his workplace? Yes, that's right. I am younger and prettier than you, and he loves me. Sign the divorce papers and hand them over. Thank you for the kind introduction. Allow me to properly introduce myself, too. I'm Sarah, the wife that you'll never be. What? How dare you? Do you know how long Kevin and I have been together? A whole year. A year of sneaking around behind my back. How romantic. It's pretty bold of you to contact your lover's wife so brazenly, as expected from someone shameless enough to get involved with a married man. How dare you be so mean? I've got a baby in my belly. What if I collapse from anger? How will you take responsibility then? It'll be all your fault for stressing me out. Why would I be responsible? It's weird that you're getting angry just from hearing the truth. What? You're just jealous because Kevin chose me over you. And honestly, you're the one being mean right now, getting involved with someone's husband, getting pregnant when there's no father. I feel sorry for your baby. Shut up! There is a father. Kevin will be the father. Everything would be solved if you just divorce him. Besides, you can't help who you fall in love with. Well, that's completely ridiculous. Didn't anyone teach you not to take what belongs to others when you were little? Or maybe you grew up in an environment where you weren't taught basic manners. Oh, maybe you were raised in a zoo where it's all about animal instincts. You think you're so clever with your insults? How far are you going to keep insulting me? Don't get cocky just because you're his wife. I'm not being cocky at all. Then hurry up and divorce him. You're just holding on to him out of spite. We'll pay you money, of course. That's why you're refusing the divorce, right? You want to squeeze as much money out of us as possible. I'm not particularly after money, but I suppose I wouldn't mind taking what I can get. By the way, how much compensation were you thinking of offering me? If I can have Kevin, I'll give you all my savings. I'll give you $5,000. Well, that's completely out of the question. Goodbye. What? I'm offering you $5,000 and that's not enough? Hello? Don't ignore me. I can maybe get a bit more if I ask my parents. You're missing a zero there, I think. 50,000? You're insane. Who do you think you are demanding that kind of money? I'm the wife whose life you tried to destroy. Think of it as damages. You're just being greedy now. I thought Kevin was worth everything to you. Guess not. That's not fair. You know I can't afford that. Then I guess you'll have to find another solution or accept that you won't be getting married. You are horrible. I hate you. Goodbye, homewrecker. Don't contact me again unless you have $50,000 ready. Wait, please, we can work something out. I'm ignoring you now. Have a nice life being the eternal mistress.
I'm never coming back to that house again. This is now a contest of endurance.
When I got home from work, I was surprised to see all your stuff was gone.
Did you think I was bluffing? I took some time off work and moved all my things here. I've even changed jobs. I'm going to live here with Lucy now. I'm never coming back to that house again.
Wow, you even changed jobs? That's quite a commitment. Giving up your career position just like that? You must be really serious about marrying her.
Of course! If you won't sign the divorce papers, I'll stay away until you can't take it anymore and ask me for a divorce yourself. I might be your husband on paper, but I won't be around, and none of my stuff will be there. You must be pretty lonely and miserable, right? So, ready to divorce me now?
Oh, I see. That's your strategy? I didn't expect things to turn out like this.
No matter how much you resist, I'm not interested in you anymore. It must be lonely and miserable without your loving husband's things there. If you don't want to feel this miserable anymore, hurry up and divorce me.
Thank you. Now I can finally live happily. I feel so free.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Your stuff has been such a huge pain, so I'm glad you took it all away. The room is so much more spacious now. Maybe I'll turn it into a home theater room. I've always wanted one.
Why are you so happy about this? It's pretty rude to call your husband's belongings a pain.
Come on, they were nothing but a nuisance. I knew you were a hardcore sci-fi and action figure collector before we got married, but there were figures and merchandise spilling into the hallway. To someone like me, who's not into it, it was just like having piles of garbage around.
You're calling my precious collection garbage? Those are limited edition collectibles.
What's treasure to you looks just like toys to me, and they were packed everywhere. The living room, kitchen, bedroom, even the bathroom. Honestly, I've been dying to throw them out.
You didn't throw anything away while I was gone, did you? If you touch any of my collection...
No, I didn't. I've heard stories about wives throwing away their husbands' hobbies and getting divorced over it. Plus, some of those items were worth quite a bit. I was too scared to even touch them, let alone throw them away.
That's a relief.
So I'm really happy all that stuff that was in the way is gone now. By the way, does Lucy understand about your hobby and all your collectible treasures?
Of course she understands. She's different from you.
Oh, really? Well, that's good then.
You know, I even have sci-fi shows as my desktop wallpaper at work, and Lucy actually approached me first about it. She said I used to watch those shows with my brother when I was little. You don't find many girls who understand sci-fi like that.
Wait, that's it? She just mentioned watching shows with her brother?
Huh? Did I say something weird?
No, nothing at all. I'm glad you found your ideal girlfriend, unlike me.
Yeah, so hurry up and divorce me. I love her way more than I ever loved you. I moved all my stuff out, and I'm never coming back to you.
Give Lucy my regards. I'm sure she'll take excellent care of your collection.
She will! She understands me better than you ever did.
We'll see about that. What is all of this junk? I thought his stuff was being delivered, but it's all sci-fi collectibles. It's creeping me out. Oh, aren't you a sci-fi fan like Kevin? I heard you understood his hobby. Don't act all innocent. You knew about all of this, didn't you? And there's no way I'd be into such creepy, nerdy stuff. I just played along because I knew he liked it. I only knew about it because my favorite actor happened to be in one of those shows. Oh, right. Those shows are known for launching acting careers these days. You could have warned me about this obsession of his. Why would I warn the woman who's trying to steal my husband? I had no idea he was such a hardcore fan. Nobody told me about this. And seriously, this amount is just gross. I even rented a new apartment and decorated it nicely for our newlywed life. I worked hard to make it cute with IKEA furniture, and now it's full of sci-fi stuff. Don't say it's gross. That's disrespectful to fans nationwide. Stop acting like you care. You hated his collection too. I never said I liked it, but I respected it because I respect him. Scratch that. I used to respect him. But this amount is seriously disturbing. 20 boxes worth? The floor might give out. Well, try to forgive him since you love him so much. That's all his precious collection, you know. You should treasure it with him. No, no way. Absolutely not. How am I supposed to live with all this? We're having a baby soon. Where am I supposed to put the crib? If it's a boy, he might end up loving it. Why don't you make good use of Kevin's treasures? Are you mocking me? Not at all, just giving helpful advice to my husband's girlfriend. This is impossible. The apartment looks like a comic book store. Funny how love changes when you see the whole picture, isn't it? You knew this would happen. I knew what? That you'd have to deal with the reality of who Kevin really is? This isn't what I signed up for. Oh, but I thought you understood him better than I ever did. Stop twisting my words. This is different. Is it? Well, good luck with your perfect newlywed life. I'm sure Kevin will be thrilled to show you his entire collection in detail. I can't live like this. I just can't. Well, that's between you and Kevin now. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Hey, Sarah, listen to this. That woman threw away my treasures. She threw away my entire precious collection. Can you believe her?
What? Really? But I thought you said she was so understanding.
You have to help me. She won't even tell me which dumpster she put them in.
Why are you telling me this? Weren't you never coming back?
I know! She was supposed to understand my hobby. And I definitely told her about my collection beforehand. But she said, I didn't think there would be this much, and threw it all away because it didn't match her interior design.
How terrible, after you spent more than half your life building that collection.
This isn't funny. That collection was worth a fortune. Some of those were irreplaceable limited editions.
Oh, like that signed first edition from that famous sci-fi author?
Yes! And the original series collectibles that aren't even made anymore.
The ones you waited in line 3 days to get?
You remember those?
Of course. I brought you food while you were camping out for them. I guess you conveniently forgot how much I supported you and your hobbies while you were sleeping around with that woman.
I just can't believe it. I never thought Lucy would do something so awful. I'm honestly heartbroken about this. Hey, Sarah? You think I can come back home for a while?
What?
Please, Sarah. I need somewhere to stay while I figure things out. This whole thing has just completely killed my feelings for her. It made me reconsider marrying Lucy. Can I come back home?
Are you kidding me? Don't you dare come back here.
Why are you saying that? We're still married. What's wrong with a husband coming home?
Sorry, but I've already submitted the divorce papers. We're strangers now, and I don't let strangers into my house. Actually, it would be a real nuisance, so please don't come at all.
What? You filed for divorce? But you were so adamant about not wanting one. When did you change your mind?
Yep, I wanted to mess with you lovebirds as much as possible. That's why I filed for divorce at this exact moment.
Huh? What do you mean?
I figured things would fall apart over your sci-fi collection. Filing for divorce now is when I calculated it would trouble you the most.
You're joking, right? What am I supposed to do now?
Why don't you fulfill your wish and marry her? You wanted to take responsibility as a man, right?
But, well, how can I marry someone who destroyed my treasured collection?
Anyway, I'll be expecting compensation and division of assets. I've already hired a lawyer to handle the details, so this is goodbye.
Sarah, please, can't we talk about this?
No. Goodbye, Kevin. Enjoy your new life.
Don't do this to me!
You did this to yourself. Hi there. Do you have a moment to talk? Ugh, what do you want? I'm busy right now. Aw, but I have some good news for you. I finally got divorced from Kevin. What? You divorced him? After all that refusing and making our lives difficult? Well, aren't you happy? Oh, cut the crap. Why would you divorce him now? I'm not interested in Kevin anymore. Getting divorced now doesn't make me happy at all. Really? But you begged me so much to divorce him. Well, I didn't know he was such a hardcore sci-fi nerd. And when I threw his stuff away, he got so angry. His face was terrifying. The jerk even slapped me. Oh my, Kevin did that? Must have lost his temper. Don't act concerned now. This is all your fault. My fault? I wasn't the one who threw away his collection. It's unacceptable to hit a woman, and to get so angry just because I threw away some toys. I am completely over it. I don't care about that old man anymore. I'm breaking up with Kevin. But what about the baby? What about it? I don't need him. Of course I'll raise it alone, though I'll make sure Kevin pays plenty in child support. You should have at least sold the collection instead of throwing it away. Kevin told me you threw out all his sci-fi merchandise. Some of those were collector's items. They would have sold for over $100,000. What did you say? Stop lying. Toys aren't worth that much. Well, can't be helped now. Even the most valuable treasures are just trash to someone who doesn't understand their worth. You're lying. Is that how much those toys were worth? There is no way, right? Worst case, he might demand compensation for throwing them away. You might end up having to pay $100,000. Oh dear, sounds like being a single mother is going to be tough. That's impossible. I can't pay $100,000. He wouldn't really sue me, would he? Weren't your total savings only $5,000? So you'll have to take out loans to compensate, or maybe trade it for the child support. Either way, it's going to be really difficult. No, you must be enjoying this. Plus, since I've divorced him now, you'll have to pay me compensation too. No amount of money would be enough to cover everything. No, this is impossible. Please, I'm begging you, at least forgive the compensation payment. I won't ask for child support and you can have Kevin back. I don't want that cheating man back, so returns are not accepted. Anyway, you'll be hearing from my lawyer soon. Make sure you're ready to face the consequences of stealing someone's husband. You planned for this all along, didn't you? I just let you two show your true colors. Please, I'm pregnant. Have some mercy. Like you had mercy on my marriage? I'll do anything. Just don't sue me. Goodbye, Lucy. My lawyer will be in touch. Wait, please, we can work something out. You should have thought about consequences before sleeping with my husband and before throwing away $100,000 worth of collectibles. I am begging you. I've blocked your number now. Talk to my lawyer. Afterward, I immediately hired a lawyer and demanded compensation from both Kevin and Lucy. Kevin offered to pay double if I'd take him back, but of course I refused. Lucy begged me to forgive her for the baby's sake, but I refused that too. When I told them the amount would double if they didn't pay by the deadline, they both quickly transferred the money. Kevin sent me long messages every day for weeks, alternating between begging to come back and cursing me for my manipulation. I forwarded all of them to my lawyer as evidence of harassment. Lucy's parents even tried to intervene, offering to negotiate a settlement, but I stood firm on my demands. Both of them learned that actions have consequences. Later, I heard that Kevin demanded Lucy pay compensation for ruining his life by destroying his collection. Lucy fought back, saying, "Shut up. My life is even more ruined. Take responsibility," and demanded 10 times the normal amount for child support. Last I heard, they ended up in a bitter court battle with Lucy appearing in court with her very pregnant belly. Their court case became quite messy. Kevin tried to argue that Lucy's destruction of his property was premeditated, while Lucy's lawyer painted him as an obsessive collector who cared more about toys than his unborn child. Neither of them came out looking good. As for me, I used the compensation money to renovate the house, turning Kevin's old collection room into a beautiful home office. Sometimes I think about how Kevin and Lucy thought they could just start fresh with their new life together, as if erasing the past would be that simple. Instead, they both lost everything: money, reputation, and any chance at happiness together. I hear they're still fighting in court to this day.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
What the hell? Why aren't I the lead in the upcoming graduation performance? Why is it you?
Don't ask me. It was decided at yesterday's role assignment meeting, which was mandatory for all club members. But you didn't even show up, Victoria.
Since when do we need meetings to decide roles?
You know that we've always had those meetings for every production.
That's ridiculous. Everyone knows I'm always the lead. No need to discuss about that.
But that's not how it works.
Anyway, even so, I didn't need to attend such a tedious meeting. I just assumed I'd get the lead role as usual. I'm the most gorgeous girl this drama club has ever seen. So why am I not the lead in our final graduation performance?
The role assignments were discussed thoroughly by everyone.
Thoroughly?
Everyone's abilities, the character requirements.
What's there to discuss? I've been the lead in every major performance.
That's not exactly true. There were several shows where...
But those don't count. They were just minor productions.
The Fall Festival performance wasn't minor.
Of course it was! Anything without me as the lead is minor.
We can't just assume roles without discussion. Everyone needs to have input.
Input? From who? Those background characters who barely get any lines?
Everyone has something valuable to contribute.
Like what? How to stand still in the background?
Many members have improved a lot this year.
Oh, please. They're all
amateurs compared to me. Acting skill isn't just about stage presence.
What would you know about presence?
Everyone in the club is important, Victoria. We all contribute.
Since when did you become so righteous?
I'm just explaining how decisions are made in the club.
Whatever. Just tell me why you got the lead instead of me.
Like I said, I don't know what to tell you. The roles were decided through discussion and majority vote. Everyone thought I would be good for the lead. Plus, Nathan, our alumni who wrote the script, recommended me.
Wait, what? I can't believe this! Nathan actually recommended you?
Yes, that's what I said.
When did Nathan even see you act?
He comes to all our performances.
You're lying. Nathan recommended you for the lead?
Yes, he did. He saw my performance in the fall production.
That small supporting role you had, please.
He said I brought something unique to the character.
You? Unique? Don't make me laugh.
But those were his words.
What could you possibly bring to any role?
You do know that he won awards for his plays while still in college, and now he's an up-and-coming playwright everyone's talking about. Just being in a play he wrote is amazing enough, but to be the lead, I'm really happy.
Stop bragging about Nathan praising you. It's annoying.
I'm not bragging. I'm just explaining how the decision was made.
You're just trying to make yourself look good.
That's not true at all.
How convenient that he suddenly noticed you.
There was nothing sudden about it. He's always given feedback to everyone.
Sure, keep telling yourself that.
He gives detailed notes after every performance.
I absolutely won't accept this. If it's Nathan's script, then I definitely should be the lead.
Huh?
Don't play dumb. You know exactly what I mean.
No, I really don't.
It's a script written by the super handsome Nathan. The lead actress has to be drop-dead gorgeous for it to work, and no one else can play that role besides me.
I don't think the playwright's looks have anything to do with the lead actress's appearance.
Shows how much you know about theater.
That's not how casting works.
Of course it does. Everything about a production needs to be perfect.
The script is about a girl overcoming hardship. Looks aren't even mentioned.
Every girl needs to be beautiful, especially one overcoming hardship.
That's not the point of the story at all.
Of course it is. The audience needs someone beautiful to look at.
They need someone who can convey the character's emotions.
Shut up. When I say I'm doing it, I'm doing it. Change the lead role right now. An ugly girl like you doesn't deserve the lead.
What did you just say?
You heard me. Everyone knows I'm the face of this club.
Being the face of the club doesn't automatically qualify you for every lead role.
What qualifies you then?
The directors thought I understood the character well.
Don't get cocky just because someone praised your acting, ugly. Beauty is more important than acting ability. Having an ugly lead will just turn off the audience.
That's not true. Our audiences care about the performance quality.
Performance quality includes appearance.
It's about conveying emotions and telling the story.
What would you know about quality? You can barely even look people in the eye on stage.
You don't have to go that far.
It's called constructive criticism.
This isn't constructive at all.
At least I'm being honest.
Being honest doesn't mean being cruel.
You're just a gloomy, ugly girl who doesn't even come close to my level. Go look in a mirror.
Gloomy and ugly? That's...
What? Can't handle the truth?
I just don't understand why you're being so cruel.
I'm being helpful. Someone needs to tell you.
Tell me what exactly?
An ugly girl like you could never pull off being the lead. If the performance bombs because of your ugliness, the senior who wrote this script for us will be devastated.
That's...
Nathan's reputation is at stake here. Do you want to ruin his career?
His career doesn't depend on one college performance.
Every performance matters.
The success of the play depends on more than just looks.
But if I were the lead, the graduation performance would be a huge hit. I'm beautiful from every angle, with the perfect face for theater. So, give up the lead role to me, and you can play a supporting role. That's more suitable for an ugly girl like you.
But the casting has already been decided, and everyone agreed to it. Arbitrarily changing it now would be...
Everyone agreed because they were afraid to speak up.
That's not true. Everyone gave their honest opinion.
They were just jealous of my beauty.
No one was jealous of you.
Well then, let's ask the alumni.
Huh?
You can't refuse that, can you? Let's get a professional opinion.
The current members already made their decision.
A lot of alumni come to watch the graduation performance, right? We should get their advice. Actually, I'm having dinner with one of them today, so I'll ask their opinion about the casting.
Which alumni are you meeting?
You'll find out soon enough.
Victoria, please don't cause any trouble.
Oh, I'm not causing trouble. I'm just making sure we put on the best possible show. You'll see.
Can we discuss this with the director first?
No need. I'll handle everything on my end. Don't worry.
But the whole cast needs to be involved in any changes.
Just wait and see. You'll be back in your rightful place soon enough.
Please, don't do anything rash.
Too late. Meeting the alumni in an hour.
Hey there, I heard about the graduation performance. Is it true the casting changed?
Oh, Nathan. Yes, you heard right.
I thought everyone agreed on the original casting.
There was a lot of pressure.
Which role changed?
The lead role.
They changed your role after everyone agreed?
Victoria wasn't happy with the decision, so it got changed.
Oh, I see. What happened exactly?
They said that while acting ability is important for a lead role, looks are important too.
That's not what theater is about.
I know, but
When was this decided?
yesterday, Victoria gathered some alumni opinions.
Without any current members present?
She said we needed fresh perspectives.
Can you tell me more about this in detail?
Well, it seems that she went to dinner with some former members. She said we needed professional perspective.
Professional? But it's not like they have much experience, right?
That's true, but
Who exactly did she talk to?
some seniors from 2 years ago.
The same ones who gave her every lead role?
Yes, those seniors. They did have influence back then.
What? That's ridiculous. Even the most beautiful person would be unwatchable with bad acting. In theater, acting ability comes first. How can someone in the drama club not understand that?
She convinced them that looks matter more.
And the current members agreed?
Not exactly. Actually, as a result, she just went ahead and decided to take alumni opinions into consideration for the casting.
I get it now. She got other alumni on her side to change the lead role. She was always desperate for lead roles even when I was still in college.
You knew about that?
Everyone knew. She would throw tantrums whenever she didn't get what she wanted.
Did she do this often?
Almost every production.
Really? I never realized.
She was good at hiding it from younger members.
She always seemed so confident.
That's just her act.
That's pretty much what happened. It's been decided that Victoria will do it.
Did you try to fight it back?
What could I do? The alumni supported her.
But the current members supported you.
It wasn't enough to persuade her.
Did anyone stand up for you?
A few current members tried.
But they were overruled?
The director thought it would cause less drama to just agree.
Sometimes avoiding drama creates more problems.
Maybe.
Well, if everyone agreed to it, there's nothing we can do. Theater isn't made by one person alone.
So you're not upset?
About the change?
Yes, since you recommended me.
You'd still feel bad asking everyone to discuss it again, wouldn't you? But you know, I wrote this role imagining you playing it.
Really?
You didn't know about that?
No, I had no idea.
I saw you developed each character.
You noticed that?
I watched all your performances last year.
Really? You did?
Yeah, every one.
I didn't know you came to those.
Of course. Your acting ability's far above everyone else in the club. I thought it would be interesting with you as the lead. But I guess there's nothing we can do about this.
Why didn't you say something when they changed it?
Would it have helped? Or made things worse?
I guess you're right.
The situation was already complicated.
I'm just grateful you believed in me. Just hearing those words makes me want to try harder. Even though it's just a supporting role, I'm still in your play. I'll give it my all.
You always work so hard.
It's because I just love acting.
I know I watched you grow since you joined the club.
Really? You noticed?
Every performance, every rehearsal.
Even the small roles?
Especially those. You always brought something special to them.
I tried my best with every role.
It showed. That's what makes you special.
Thank you for saying that.
Of course. Your dedication shows in every performance.
That means a lot coming from you.
So keep that enthusiasm.
I will.
That's the spirit. I'm looking forward to the graduation performance. I'll drop by during rehearsals too.
Yes, thank you so much.
Just keep doing your best. Sometimes things work out in unexpected ways.
I'll remember that.
And Emily?
Yes?
Don't let anyone make you doubt your talent. You're a true actress.
Even in a supporting role?
Every role matters.
Thank you, Nathan. That means everything to me.
Hey, Emily. About today's graduation performance. I'm not going to do it. So just find someone else to fill in for me.
What? You're not going to do it? Why so suddenly? The performance is this afternoon. There's no time for this change.
Hey, don't yell at me through text.
Victoria, this isn't a joke, is it?
Do I sound like I'm joking?
But the show starts in 5 hours. What are we going to do?
So, there's still time.
Time for what exactly?
To find someone else to play my role.
You can't be serious.
I'm completely serious.
Victoria, please. You can't do this. Not at this timing.
Well, I heard Nathan isn't coming to watch, so I'm totally not in the mood anymore.
What does Nathan have to do with this?
Everything! What's the point of performing if he's not there?
That's not a valid reason to abandon the show.
It's totally valid to me.
But we've been rehearsing for weeks.
So what?
The entire cast depends on you.
Not my problem anymore.
What about everyone else in the cast?
What about them?
They're counting on you.
They'll survive somehow.
The crew has worked so hard.
They can work hard for someone else.
I can't believe you're dropping out of the graduation performance for a reason like that.
Don't make such a big deal about it.
How is this not a big deal?
There were understudies for this play, right?
For a lead role that was changed last minute? Of course not!
Well, not my problem anymore.
It is a big deal. The whole show depends on you.
Nathan got invited to some award ceremony abroad, right? So he won't be at the after party either. There's no point in performing then.
The point is putting on a good show for everyone who is coming.
Like who? Some random students and parents?
Those random people bought tickets to see us perform.
Well, they should get refunds then.
We can't do that. The show is sold out.
Still not my problem.
Do you realize how selfish you're being?
How am I selfish? I'm just being honest.
You're letting everyone down.
They'll get over it.
You can't be serious. This is our last performance in college. How can you drop out of such an important show?
Important show? Please. It's not important to me at all. I was just in the drama club for fun anyway. Sure, it was fun being in the spotlight because I'm beautiful, but I only joined because I fell in love with Nathan at first sight. To be honest, I lost interest after he graduated.
So you never cared about acting?
Why should I?
All this time, that was your only reason?
What other reason would there be?
Love for theater? Dedication to performing?
Theater is just a way to show off my beauty.
What about all the rehearsals?
It was such a waste of time. Oh, I know. Why don't you take my role?
What? Me?
Why do you sound surprised? Wasn't this what you wanted?
No, it isn't. Especially not like this.
You were so desperate to be the lead role, weren't you? You might be ugly and lack presence, but your acting is decent enough. So, I'm giving you back the lead role.
But, Victoria, you can't just spring this on me on the day of the performance.
Why not? You wanted the lead role so badly, right? You can have it, so just do it.
But we've been rehearsing for weeks with me in a different role.
So, you're always going on about how much you love acting.
The blocking will be all wrong.
Well, it's not my problem anymore. The show probably won't be very exciting with an ugly lead. But good luck. Now I'm going back to sleep.
Victoria, please, at least come to the theater.
Why should I?
We might still be able to work something out.
Like what?
Anything. Just don't abandon the show.
Give me one good reason.
Because it's the right thing to do.
Nope, not interested.
This isn't just about you.
You're right. It's about Nathan. And since he's not coming, I'm not either. Simple as that.
The show is about more than Nathan.
Not to me, it isn't.
What about everyone else who worked hard on this show?
They'll get over it.
The whole crew is counting on you.
Well, now they can count on you instead. Congrats on getting the lead role back. Break a leg, or whatever.
We can't just switch roles last minute.
Sure you can. You've been watching me rehearse.
That's not how it works.
It is now.
Victoria.
Stop messaging me. I'm turning off my phone.
You can't just disappear like this.
Watch me.
Please don't do this. Victoria, at least answer your phone.
Hey, Emily. I heard you got married. Not bad for an ugly girl.
Huh?
You don't need to act surprised. Word travels fast.
I wasn't expecting to hear from you.
Not after ghosting everyone at graduation.
Well, yes.
You're so predictable.
Why are you messaging me now?
Haven't seen you since graduation. Actually, I was just drinking with some club alumni, and when I heard you got married, I had to message you.
I see. Well, you heard right. I just got married last month.
Already? That sounds pretty desperate.
No, I wasn't desperate at all.
Sure seems desperate to me.
Why do you even care about when I get married?
Wow, it's shocking enough that an ugly girl like you found a man, but we only graduated half a year ago. Isn't getting married way too soon?
Why do you care about my timing?
I'm just looking out for you. You might regret rushing into marriage.
But I'm saying that I didn't rush anything.
No way. 6 months isn't rushing?
It might seem fast, but we talked it through and decided together. We started dating right after college graduation. A lot happened, and we decided to get married early.
Right after graduation? How convenient.
What do you mean by that?
Just seems suspiciously fast.
There's nothing suspicious about it.
Really?
Yes, we just agreed that it was the right timing.
I thought you were just a theater nerd ugly girl, but surprisingly, you're interested in romance too.
Well, as much as anyone else.
Must have been quite the whirlwind romance.
We've known each other for years, actually.
Years? Who would have known you that long?
Someone who saw my worth.
Someone desperate, you mean?
You don't know anything about him.
But your husband must be some loser. Getting married in such a hurry because you're ugly? Your life is over now.
What? What do you mean by that? Why are you assuming my husband is a loser?
Just stating facts. No decent man rushes into marriage.
You don't know anything about my relationship.
Did he propose? Or did you trap him somehow?
That's none of your business.
Must have been desperate to propose so quickly.
He wasn't desperate at all.
Any man who goes after a girl fresh out of college, those types just want any young woman they can get. They're all pathetic men. Even ugly girls should be more careful about choosing their marriage partner.
Thanks for your concern, but I think I chose carefully enough.
Did you though? Or did you just grab the first guy who looked your way?
You're being incredibly rude.
Just being honest.
No one asked for your opinion.
How could an ugly girl with no experience with men know how to choose? I could understand since I'm beautiful and experienced, but... Oh, sorry.
What?
Well, I guess youth is the only weapon an ugly girl has for marriage. You have to rush into marriage while you can. Ugly girls become old maids if they wait too long. You just have to put up with whatever ugly guy you can get and marry quickly.
Will you stop it already? I'm used to you insulting me, and honestly, I don't care. But I won't let you insult someone important to me.
Oh, getting defensive about your desperate husband. Normal guys don't marry ugly girls. Your husband must be ugly too.
Oh, really?
Why do you sound so confident suddenly?
Because I know you're wrong.
About what? Your husband being ugly?
About everything you're saying.
Stop acting tough. If he's not ugly, show me a picture of your husband. I'll be the judge.
You don't need a photo of my face. You already know what I look like. Or have you forgotten your senior's face already?
Huh? Who are you? Wait, senior? You mean from our club? But that's impossible! All the guys in the club were crazy about me. They didn't even notice Emily.
Is that so? I've always been interested in Emily, though.
That's why he even helped with the graduation performance script.
No, wait, the graduation performance script. Is it Nathan?
Glad you remember. Long time no see, Victoria.
What? Why are you on Emily's text?
That's because we're married, of course. It's normal for us to be together. I've been watching this whole conversation.
No, this has to be a joke.
Not a joke at all.
You can't be serious.
I'm completely serious.
This is impossible.
Why impossible?
No way! Why is Emily married to you? Nathan, you're handsome and talented at writing scripts. You're even winning international awards now.
What do you mean, why? People marry who they love, right?
Love that ugly Emily?
Hey, it's rude to call my precious wife ugly.
This can't be happening. Wife. Nathan used the word wife. No matter how much I tried to get your attention in college, you never noticed me. And now you're calling that ugly girl your precious wife.
I did notice. I just wasn't interested.
But I was perfect for you.
What? Perfect how?
We're both beautiful people.
I'll say it as many times as I need to. Emily is my precious wife. I've liked her since college. That's why I confessed to her right after she graduated.
What did you say?
Emily has great acting ability and works harder than anyone. I gradually fell for her, but I hate romance within the club. I don't like being gossiped about, and I don't want others to feel awkward. So I waited until Emily actually graduated.
But still, marriage so soon? You've only been dating for half a year.
Well, you know now.
But that's not enough time.
The length of dating doesn't matter. Besides, I'm busy with work lately, and it's hard to make time to meet. Rather than make her feel lonely, I wanted to marry her and give her security. When both people want to get married, that's the best timing.
That's so manly. I didn't know you had this side to you. It makes me fall for you even more.
I'll accept your feelings, but that's it. Emily's the only one I love.
No, I won't give up over something like this. Nathan, it's not too late. Marry me instead of Emily.
What?
Think about it. We'd be perfect together. I'm seriously in love with you. That's why I joined the drama club, even though I wasn't interested in theater. Plus, I'm dozens of times more beautiful than Emily. So switch to me right now.
Can't believe this. Are you serious? You're actually proposing that I leave my wife for you?
Why not? We'd look so much better together. We would be the perfect couple.
This is inappropriate.
That ugly girl isn't my friend. We were just in the same club and same year, so I don't care about stealing her husband.
What?
I've loved you longer than she has. I even skipped the graduation performance just because you weren't coming to watch. Oh yeah, I heard Emily ended up playing the lead role instead of me. I'm sure it was a disaster of a graduation performance with an ugly lead.
Who told you that?
Huh? I don't need anyone to tell me. It must have been a disaster. She was thrown into the lead role on the day of the performance. There's no way a supporting actress would know the lead's lines. And with an ugly lead on top of that, it couldn't have been anything but terrible.
No, the graduation performance was actually perfect. I heard it was the first standing ovation since the club was founded.
What?
Most of the audience was moved to tears and laughter.
No, you're lying.
Thanks to the success, I'm so grateful to Emily for bringing my script to life and performing the lead role so wonderfully.
No way. That's impossible. How could the performance succeed in that situation?
She had memorized all the lines perfectly. Not just the lead role, but every role in the play. Isn't that amazing?
What did you say?
While you were playing on your phone during rehearsals, she was studying every role.
But...
But I guess I should thank you, actually. Thanks to you dropping out on the day, my script wasn't ruined. And later, when I watched the video of the graduation performance, I fell even more in love with Emily. That's when I found the courage to confess to her.
So you're saying I helped you get together?
In a way, yes.
I can't believe this! Why do you prefer that ugly woman over me? And you seem so happy being married too. This is making me angry!
I see. Well then, stay away from us from now on. That way neither of us will have to feel uncomfortable.
Are you choosing her over me?
I already did long ago.
You don't have to tell me that. That's exactly what I plan to do. I'll show you. I'll marry an even better man than you. Tell Emily not to get too full of herself.
Goodbye, Victoria.
You'll regret this. Just introduce me to a man right now. At this rate, I'll be left on the shelf.
Oh, Victoria. It's been so long. I didn't imagine hearing from you. Wait, you're asking to be introduced to men? Are you still single?
Yeah, that's right. Why do you sound so surprised?
Just unexpected to hear from you after all this time.
What? I can't message an old classmate?
After 10 years of silence?
You don't have to point that out.
It's just so surprising.
What's wrong with still being single? It's not unusual to be single in your 30s these days.
True, but after all that big talk back then, I just assumed you'd already found someone nice and gotten married way before.
Really? Why would you assume that?
Because of what you said when you left.
What did I actually say?
About finding someone better than Nathan?
Oh, you don't need to rub it in.
I didn't mean to.
Sure sounds like you did.
I'm just genuinely surprised.
About what? That I'm still single?
That you're asking me for help after all that happened.
Of course I want to find someone good and get married soon, but I won't accept anyone who isn't on my level, so I've been really selective. But before I knew it, everyone around me was married.
Everyone has their own timing.
I don't need your pity.
I'm not pitying you.
Then what are you doing?
Just stating facts.
Well, that's what happens after 10 years. And lately, all the men I meet seem cold. They just ignore me, even when I try to talk to them.
Maybe your standards are too high?
My standards are perfectly reasonable.
What are your standards exactly?
Just the basics.
Which are?
Tall, handsome, rich, prestigious job.
Maybe that's because all the desperate guys are gone now.
What?
Remember what you said? Right after college graduation, desperate guys would go after any young woman. But now that you're older, those desperate guys have moved on to younger girls. That's probably why there's no one around you anymore.
Are you mocking me?
Just repeating your own words.
Your words or mine?
Yours, from 10 years ago.
What are you trying to say? It sounds like you're saying only desperate guys were ever interested in me. I'm not like other plain girls. I'm extremely beautiful.
Beauty isn't everything, Victoria.
Of course it is. It's always been enough before.
But even with that beauty, you still can't get married. Face reality.
What?
The guys who were attracted to youth are gone, and other men keep getting married. The men around you now probably don't judge women just by their age. In other words, there are probably a lot of high-quality men.
You think I don't know that?
So you've noticed?
That's right. They're all kind, smart, high-earning, great guys who would be perfect matches for me. But none of them will give me the time of day.
Have you considered why?
What are you implying?
Maybe they're looking for more than just looks.
Are you implying something? Just say it.
I guess being beautiful isn't enough anymore. They're probably seeing the real you, and that's why they're being cold.
The real me? What's wrong with the real me?
Think about how you've treated people over the years.
I treat people exactly as they deserve.
Like dropping out of the graduation performance?
That was ages ago.
But it shows your true character.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to say my personality is even worse than my looks?
You're the one who keeps bringing up looks.
Is that how you interpret it? Well, I guess the results speak for themselves.
They certainly do.
What?
Ever since college, you've looked down on people's appearances, bullied others, and selfishly dropped out of the graduation performance without considering others. Plus, all the other negative aspects. Everyone can see through that.
You have no right to judge me.
I'm not judging, just observing.
What's your problem? Don't get cocky just because you got married first. I'm just asking you to introduce me to some guys. Would it kill you to be a little nice?
Why should I help you, after all we've been through?
Because we were...
What are you talking about? We're definitely not friends.
Huh?
Just former classmates who happen to be in the same club. That's what you said, remember? I haven't forgotten.
That was...
Your exact words, not mine.
But you're the only one I could ask.
So I have no obligation to introduce you to anyone. Anyway, goodbye. I need to make dinner. Hope you find someone nice to marry.
Wait, Emily! Don't ignore me! You think you're so much better than me now? Hello? Just because you married Nathan doesn't mean you're better than me! Emily!
Emily heard that Victoria still hasn't had much luck with dating and remains single. Apparently, she's desperately trying to meet people through matchmaking services and dating apps. But it seems men prefer younger, more energetic women to a beautiful woman in her 30s, which has shattered Victoria's pride. Victoria's attempts to find love have become increasingly desperate. She started attending multiple matchmaking parties each month, but her reputation for being difficult has spread among the matchmaking circles. Her focus on physical appearance and tendency to look down on others has made it hard for her to connect with potential partners. Recent rumors suggest she's even started going after married men and got caught up in some drama involving compensation payments to wives. No one wants to marry someone like that, and she's still desperately searching for love, but keeps getting rejected.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation.